From April to July 2016, as a member of landscape architecture studio of TU Delft, I participated in a land art project, Foresea.
Nice. It's a really literal visual example, if you understand what I mean. It's like you can just see like, I'm this big and the water will be that high. Yeah. So that works because it's not just like you read it in the paper or you see a boring item on TV, but you really experience like, okay, if this would happen, I would drown because I would be like 5 meters underwater. Yeah. So I think it works.
Foresea is a project about sea level rise. According to the recent report, the sea will rise 6 meters in the following 200 years. A grid of 6-meter high steel poles is used to symbolize this ridge, and each pole carries a statement, which generates discussions between visitors. Visitors can attach a blue string on 2 poles, according to their attitude of the statement. If you agree, you put the head of the string on the top of the pole. If disagree, the bottom, while there are 3 alternatives in between. Basically, this is a project. I will not talk more in depth, although there is much more. My job is to show you the beautiful moments of the project. Here it begins. The plan is to drill 2-meter deep holes on the beach by hand. Hammer the 3-meter long foundation pole in. Weld the 1-meter connection poles and the 4.5-meter body poles together. Then mount them in the foundation poles. However, it turned out to be much more difficult than we thought. We couldn't drill deep enough in the wet sands. In that case, the installation would be much higher, unstable, and very hard to mount. Then, here came the first discussion in the group. Shall we relocate the project?
Once again, all the options with the advantages and disadvantages.
Sum it up then. Okay, advantage to I think number 1 is the strongest option conceptually. I think it's also the most difficult in multiple aspects and practicalities.
The decision of the
we didn't want
first
to put it in the ridge.
is at the edge of the high tide,
Yeah,
so that the water is coming
build with the tides.
really close to the building with the tides is the most ambitious and most. That was the idea.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The second one is
It's the
on the edge.
conceptually strongest
It's on the
idea.
edge. It's the second strongest conceptual idea for the experience.
Yeah.
And all the other ideas
are only practical for walking.
and
Drilling
is also
a lot of strength.
No, it's harder to drill here than it is on the dry area.
You tried there?
but also here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard.
we already did tests on it.
Sicco said
140 quite easily here. It is on this hill.
Yeah, but there's
But it's the hill. So the only argument against this is because of the misconcept, the height.
The height, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to discuss that.
So, and I think a few people think it's important.
Finally, we chose to stick to the strong connection to the sea. The group believed we can manage the drilling somehow. The somehow sounds disturbing. But afterwards it's found that the location doesn't matter to the construction. Actually, we can't go deeper anywhere on this beach anyway. This remained a problem. From now on, the group was divided into 2. One group worked on the site, measuring the grids, drilling the holes, and hammering the foundation in. The other group worked in the workshop, cutting, drilling, and welding. However, after the side group managed to measure the grid for the foundation, they still didn't find a way to build deeper in the sand, and the coming high tide made the situation even worse. They were tired and upset.
A building project in process for the first God knows how many days. And opening part with questions and the other part will come. Asking, so if you don't want more, no, the guys with the truck are coming, so with the other balls. So if we want to discuss something with them, it would be nice to find out if we have the other options. Yes, but now I'm trying to find the ones we think are the most plausible of the options we had.
The despair quietly grew on the beach. No one knew how to save the project. We might not be able to finish the installation on time. We were even talking about making a totally different project with the same material.
No, but the original plan is not going to work, so we need something else. That's why we're here.
Then we had like 5 ideas.
Yes.
Getting a guy with water is we cannot afford. Putting up high sand, we also need someone to stabilize it, and then we can start.
Can we afford it?
Huh?
Do you think we can afford it? Do you think we could afford it? We don't get the permit.
If I don't know how fast he works. With the guy with physically know how fast he works, but it's too much to ask. That I don't know, so we should investigate.
I feel sorry. It was easier to stop filming and join the group. But what could I do for them? I had no idea.
Just change the whole project. Use the material into something else.
Design it from scratch.
Yeah,
I even think just having one pole at 3.5 meters.
I think in any case,
better than starting again.
in any case, it would be good to just take a little bit more time and make it at least a building project. Because I think as we have noticed, one thing is that the amount of work with any proposal, just carrying it there or whatever you do, will take a lot of time. So I think a little bit of extra time would help in any case. What do we say? I think we can still do the same project, but give it a little bit more time, and then we have a lot of pre-made materials, all the leaflets, all these kind of things. It can still work if we have a little bit more time to make it, and if we perhaps can cut the poles, for instance. But yeah.
Okay, what if we try to investigate about the poles and if that doesn't work, we stick to the 3.5 meter plan?
I think,
Is that something? Yeah, that sounds good.
we already have the grids. And,
yeah. Okay. Is this grid going to stay in this height tonight?
So we have to fix stuff now also, and together stuff, otherwise it's not.
In the end, the decision was to keep the project, no matter how long it would take and how hard it would be. Then no matter how stubborn again, but it saved the plan to some degree. The group was getting out of the marks for the grids, which we had worked on for the whole afternoon. The foundation poles need to be moved to a safer place. We had missed the low tide, and the next high tide may take everything away. One foundation pole was hammered in the ground, in our determination to get things done. Lots of streets. Where will the project end up? But the whole group was trying our best to be positive. On the other hand, in the workshop, things went quite well. Everyone was happy and hopeful.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm moving already.
Accidents happen as well, but not a big deal.
It's broke.
The small workshop was filled with positive energy until they got a call.
Yeah?
But 80 centimeters is really a lot. I think it's worth it.
The side group decided to give up the foundation pole and put the welded connection and body pole in the hole directly,
But I think
because the foundation poles sticked out too high for the body poles to be mounted into.
What is it? But how do you attach the 4.5 meter pole? Straight in the ground. But then the holes are way too low. The holes are way too low. And also the height difference, I think we have to reach for the maximum height. It's really, the 4.20 is really a difference with 5 meters. We can reach 5 meters and the cutting really takes 1 hour for all the poles. No, just 30 poles.
Obviously, the workshop group didn't like this solution, since it would scale down the project.
Yeah, that takes 1 hour. Yeah, but it will the 4.5 meter poles won't be ready. The 1.5 meter poles can be done, so it doesn't make a difference. But time wise, it doesn't make a difference. And for the 80 centimeters, I'm willing to work a bit harder. It's 80 centimeters. I think it's really high. Okay, yeah, we'll discuss it, but I don't think our opinion of the whole group here changes. Yeah, okay.
They proposed to cut the foundation pole into two, even though it meant much more moving and cutting work. On the beach, volunteers were helping to transport the poles. This was heavy work, however, in vain.
What happened that morning? Actually, nothing happened that morning. We couldn't get the poles deep enough into the sand. Only 1 meter. Or with the test at Scheveningen we could get 2 meters. This is what we need. Here, only one. So the poles were sticking out too high. That was not good for our project and not good for safety. For our project, we could solve it by cutting the lower poles into half. Then they would be 1 meter in the sand and a half meter above the sand, and then the 4.5 meters poles would be on top of that. Then we would have our project, 5 meters high poles. But then only be 1 meter in the sand, and Rijkswaterstaat wouldn't approve. We knew. Rijkswaterstaat is the organization which is about all the Dutch infrastructure and also about the dikes and the safety of water. They are owners of the beach and they are responsible, so they have to approve the safety of this project. When at 12 o'clock Rijkswaterstaat came and they shook the poles and they asked the questions, they indeed said, this is not good. So then we didn't have a project. I said, we don't have a project. Why not? Rijkswaterstaat asked, and they tried all kinds of solutions, but in the end the only solution was we need professional help. And I say, well, we don't have the budget, we don't have the money. He offered, he said, if money is the problem, then we'll pay. That's the only solution, we'll do that. So they did, and we had a project. Because at 1 o'clock the constructor was there to look at how we could do it. And at 5 o'clock we had 57 poles, 2.5 meters into the sand. It was quite a nice moment.
Luckily, we got the help from Rijkswaterstaat and a trip park with the water pump trailer. Drilling, putting in foundations, mounting the body posts. After some detours, everything went back to the original plan. Like a miracle, the installation was completed on time. The rain next morning made us nervous. We did a lot of preparation. Erika was giving the last instruction for the rule of interaction. Filiz and Lilian were making a ruler to measure the strings. From 11 o'clock on, here started the 9-day Oerol Festival. We had to stay in the installation for 9 days and talk to more than 600 visitors every day. We thought it might be boring, but actually it was not. It was never the same project every day. The growth of the strings, the changes of the surrounding, and the unexpected behavior of the visitors made the installation astonishing every now and then. Sunrise put a shining veil on the beach. Sunset dropped a golden curtain. The blue strings were smiling in the blue sky. When there came a storm, they shouted and glowed under the dark clouds. From a certain position in the dune, the poles were as high as the sea level. A ship was walking above it. Birds were playing behind. One day, an unexpected friend came to visit us, a seal. We danced for it. One day, the wind blew away our leaflets. A visitor recorded our chasing of the wind. Sometimes the sea was quite angry. We were talking about him in front of his door. At the last day, he finally opened the door and came over the installation. Hello, Mr. C. Everyone enjoyed the sea we made. The elderly, the young, babies, and even a dog. A boy was trying to bury himself by a pole. That is a great idea to survive from sailor ice. A girl was trying to agree with the statement, but she's too young to deal with the big issue. What can help is standing on mom's shoulder and find yourself a good tool. The installation showed different profile in every moment. This is what we expected, and this is what we got in the end. We almost failed in the beginning. Fortunately, now it's a happy ending. At that night, we tore down everything. The strings were struggling to keep flying. Didn't want to drop off. They are stubborn and beautiful, aren't they? After everything settled down, sitting around the campfire, Jean-Pierre asked me a question.
Louis, what's your best moment of the whole week?
What's the best moment of the project? Well, that's a really good question.
Cry